Welcome to All Gen Gamers, a podcast for people in video games of all generations. Starring Pete Dorr, Happy Console Gamer, Gamester81, and Jason Heine.
Alright guys, welcome to episode 33 of the All Gen Gamers podcast.
Where's the enthusiasm, Pete? Come on.
I'm just kidding.
It's like soft spoken. It's like soft spoken. It's like a damn sex line here.
Alright, welcome to episode 33 of All Gen Gamers. Tonight I am joined by my usual co-host, Jason Heine.
Word up.
And John, Gamester81.
What's up, Pete? What's going on?
Not much. And Johnny Millennium, the Happy Console Gamer.
Hey, what's going on?
And tonight we are joined by RoboCat. No, we are joined by Ballin' Nick, 1982. What's going on, Nick?
Hey, what's up, guys?
So last time, or 2 weeks ago, we tried to have Nick on. Unfortunately, we ran into some technical difficulties, but Nick is back with a nice, strong, clear microphone.
He's back!
Yes.
I am.
And I don't know, do we have a set topic for tonight, guys? What the hell are we talking about here?
Pete, I kind of want to talk about what you're looking forward to at PAX, because that's like in a couple of days of recording this episode. So I was thinking we can kind of talk about some upcoming games and answer some questions and go from there, you know?
Just talk about shit in general.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta ask you guys like pumped up? Because tomorrow's Thursday and PAX is Friday. Like, what are the plans? I know I've been talking to Pete tonight, and he's packing all of his DS games. Just trying to figure out which ones to take. I was joking with him on some of them. Where are you at, John? Are you flying out tomorrow, or are you flying out on the Friday?
I leave tomorrow, flying out at 8:55 a.m. and I get in about 5:30. And it's gonna be good. I'm really excited for it. I haven't been able to sleep very well last couple of nights, to be honest with you, because I just can't stop thinking about how fun it's going to be. Because I mean, I've been to PAX Prime before a couple times, and it's just a blast. I mean, Johnny, I know you've been there, man. You've been there, done that. You know what it's like, you know.
Yeah, it's fun times. And what's really great for what you guys got planned up is that you're doing a big meetup. You're doing a big meetup in front of, in front of the convention center. Is there like a convention center there? Yeah,
it's kind of similar to PAX Prime up in Seattle. There's the Boston Convention and Visitor Center, and we're gonna meet out in front. And really, I know, Pete, I saw your video. And it sounds like there's a lot of people who are excited about that to meet up with you. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Just kind of reach out. Just to clarify, when people are hearing this, we would have already been to PAX, because this is going to air a week after. Yeah.
But as of recording this, like John said, we're actually about to go to it. Like tonight, yes, I am leaving as well tomorrow morning, taking the train in. And then we will both be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We got the 3-day pass. So actually, John, I want to ask you. I know this is real quick, because it's not really... Did you, you got your badge in the mail, right?
Yeah.
And did you print out a ticket online?
No, I think if you have the badge, you're good.
Okay. Because I just printed something out and it said scanned on it or something. I don't know. I printed whatever they emailed me.
They'll give you lanyards once you get it there. So you can...
man. I thought they weren't going to give me the lanyard because I was all ready to use my Sonic the Hedgehog lanyard. I think I might still bring it. Swap it out with the PAX one.
Yeah, for sure. They sold out, though. Yeah, they sold out. I got it.
Totally sold out. Yeah. It's going to be super crowded there. But yeah, like you said, the thing I'm most excited about, honestly, the games, it's going to be exciting to check out the new games. But here's the thing. I know how it's going to go down. Every single game that people, that I'm going to really be interested in, there's going to be a line to play.
There always will.
I'll tell you one thing. I am not going to wait in a line more than a half an hour to play a game.
Oh, Pete, honestly, the one thing that I was told about going to PAX Prime was that, hey, if you want to do anything, you got to line up. And lining up is part of going to a PAX. Unfortunately, because there's so many people that go down, like how many people, John, do you know, I'm sorry to put you on the spot here, are going down to PAX East? Like, because we're talking about 60,000 that PAX Prime were there. So how many do you guys think are going over there? Like, if they sold out, you think it's about that number? I don't know.
It's probably pretty close. I don't think it's as big as PAX Prime, because this is only the second year that they've done this. But what's PAX Prime? You said it's 60,000. I'd guess,
something like that. Yeah,
I'd guess this is probably closer to 40 or 50. That's my guess. There's gonna be a lot of gamers.
I just quickly searched here, and it says something just going off of Google search, Wikipedia. I'm seeing inaugural PAX East has 52,000 attendees. Returns to Boston next March. So
that's quite the growth going on there. But so, hey, Pete, sorry, John, you can say you guys will be walking around there together. You'll see the lineups, and if there's anything that you really want to play, or a shirt or something that you really want to get, line up for it.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I on the train ride there, I'm like planning everything out. I'm gonna, say, okay, as soon as I walk into PAX first day, I know where I got to hit up first. Like, I want to get my Amaterasu Okami plush dolls from Capcom's booth. I'm gonna head right over there first and buy them before they sell out. Stuff like that. And when it comes to the panels, I'm picking out a couple that I want to go to. Like, I really want to go to the Giant Bomb live podcast recording, which is on Saturday night, I believe. I don't know. There's a couple of others I might go to, but panels, you got to line up like 2 hours ahead of time.
Oh yeah, the Giant Bombcast was sold out, wasn't it?
Yeah,
John, when we were there.
When we were there, it got pretty full.
Yeah.
So,
well, how did you pass by the line? Like, how early did you go?
We walked past it, and I remember it was full.
Yeah, it was a huge room. It was a huge room. It was like 500 people at least.
But the one thing that I'm really pissed off I didn't get a chance to see at PAX Prime was that see Will Wheaton playing Dungeons and Dragons against Tycho and Gabe. I really wanted to see that, and that was sold. That was sold out. I couldn't even get near it.
I saw that. Did I tell you, Johnny? I saw that.
Yeah, you got in.
I got in.
I don't know how you snuck in ahead of us, and I was like, God, you got in.
I snuck in afterwards. I got
He's
in.
motherfucking Gamester 81.
I told them who I was. They knew it.
Wait, Will Wheaton must have invited his ass in.
I don't think Will Wheaton's going to be there this year. I haven't heard anything about him going.
Was that the Omegathon where they play like a random game that no one knows what it is until you get there? Or
no, they were playing D&D, like a straight up like old school D&D, and it was interesting because they had like a setup where people could like text and vote as far as their next moves go. And people were diehard over it. It was crazy. People could really get into it, which I know, Johnny, you'd appreciate. So
I was actually so diehard that I actually watched all the YouTube videos on that.
Yeah.
When I came back.
Yeah.
I watched it on my TV. I downloaded them all, and I watched them on my kind of like standard definition TV, and I totally got into it. I was like, damn, I wish I was there. So next PAX Prime, I'm fucking seeing that thing. I liked seeing that TD live. It's cool.
They are going to have a playable 3DS on display.
Oh, man. Now, here's the thing. The lineup for that is going to be really big. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
And here's another thing. I told myself I really didn't want to play it until it comes out, so that way I can crack that thing open and, have the anticipation of waiting in line at Nintendo World Store, I don't think I'm going to play it at PAX.
Hey, Nick. So we're like, I just have to bring Nick into this, is that, Nick, you actually have a YouTube show as well, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
What is the name of it?
Ball Nick 1982. It's just basic general gaming stuff. I basically just do like reviews and a lot of the games that I like to play. I mostly do like RPGs and stuff. I'm a huge RPG fan. I do occasional other stuff too, like some of the current games that have come out, but not very many.
So the reason why I broke in is that are you going to get a 3DS, or are you going to wait, or what's your thoughts on it?
Most likely I'm going to wait. Right now there just doesn't seem like there's too much coming out for it that I really want to get like that bad, to spend that much on it. But I will definitely get one later on down the line. But I don't know. There's some things out there. I really don't even know exactly which games are going to come out, like the launch titles or any of that. I haven't really followed too much up on it.
Well, that's something interesting to ask everybody. Is that, guys, like I forget. I think we did this last time. What launch titles are you getting for the 3DS? And we'll get back to PAX in 2 seconds. What games are you getting, Pete, for launch?
Basically, let me see if I can remember them all, because I did a top 10 most anticipated games for the 3DS video. Okay, so number 1 on my list, I am getting Pilotwings. I'm getting Ridge Racer.
Yeah.
I am getting. Hold on. Let me bring up the list here.
Yeah, he's bringing out his Christmas list here. I love it.
Yes. My mid-year Christmas list here.
Yeah.
So Johnny, I know you're kind of up in the air, Johnny. Before you were talking about how you were not going to get it because your computer.
Oh, I'm definitely getting it. Yes.
Okay. So you're definitely.
Do you know what? Can I tell you what really threw me over the edge to absolutely get it, no matter what, even if I had to sell my mother for it? Is that I've actually recently, and I did this a couple of years ago, and I let my subscription run out. But I recently resubscribed to Nintendo Power for a couple of years, in fact. And it was awesome. The other day, I was actually, remember the last podcast? I said I kind of threw out my back. Well, the next day I couldn't go to work. I mean, I was pretty screwed up. So I was able to get down to my mailbox and I opened it up and the new Nintendo Power was there. And I'm like, yes,
Nice.
Cool. What a way to start a day. So I came back, I cranked out some tea and I sat down first thing in the morning and I read this Nintendo Power and it was all about the 3DS. And I was like, how could I have even thought about not getting one? Like it was just for the expense of it. I was hyped. I'm like totally hyped.
Right.
I'm in.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd have to say I'm really hyped about PAX, but I am really, really hyped about the 3DS because people don't know me. You know, I wasn't on my channel, you know, for other true system launches. I'm talking like launch of PS3, 360, but I get super excited for new systems.
So do I.
But getting back to the games I'm getting for launch, Pilotwings, Steel Diver, Street Fighter, which was on the bottom of my list, by the way, but I am probably going to get that. In terms of, I have faith in that it can get me back in the Street Fighter because it'll be, first of all, it'll be a technically, graphically good-looking game on the 3DS. It'll have online, and they've simplified some of the controls to make it a little more user-friendly. Ridge Racer, Super Monkey Ball 3D, Bust a Move Universe, Samurai Warriors Chronicles, which I think is going to have online, which could be cool. Asphalt 3D, Rayman 3D, which is one of my most anticipated titles. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Shadow Wars. Now, that's a top-down tactical top-down tactical strategy game, which seems very interesting. And the only other ones I'm kind of on the fence about getting are maybe Lego Star Wars 3 and maybe Nintendogs Plus Cats.
Wait a second. These are all of the games that you're buying in one shot?
You're getting it all in one shot? You're going to buy the whole
Yes, I totally am.
You're buying the entire launch lineup?
Basically. The only ones left out.
Okay, I think the interesting thing here is, what are you not buying?
I am not buying Madden NFL Football, Pro Evolution Soccer 3D, Combat of the Giants, Dinosaurs 3D, and maybe, possibly, I don't think I will, but The Sims 3. And that's it. So there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 possible games I might not buy.
And each tile is what, around $40 each?
Okay,
well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. I am not buying.
How much is this all going to cost you, Pete? Everything. Have you done the math on this?
About $650.
Wow.
But I'm not buying anything for the rest of this month. I haven't been really buying anything.
That's funny. I see the humor in that. But he's not buying anything for the rest of the month, guys, so everything will be fine.
Besides PAX and this. Yeah, and I'm kind of lucky because there's really no games coming out this month that I'm super, super excited for. So,
wow. What color are you getting, Pete? You getting the black one?
Black. That blue is just disgusting to me.
I know.
Hey, I like the blue. I like the blue.
Are you getting the blue, John?
I'm getting the blue.
Well, I've never been a fan of hybrid
GameStop
colors.
fucked you on it.
Huh?
Because GameStop.
I went there actually in person and got things squared away.
Okay, good.
I'm like, what I'm getting. They had me down for the black, but I was like, switch me to blue. I like the blue.
Are you getting the blue?
Yeah, for real.
He likes the blue. He's getting the blue.
It's like it's not like a girly blue. It's kind of a masculine blue. I like it.
Yeah, it's kind of it's kind of half and half. It's like blue in the bottom and black in the top.
Pete's like, there's something wrong with you.
What launch games were you getting, Johnny?
Johnny?
None?
No, John.
Oh, what am I getting? I'm after Pete goes, man. I just feel like I'm.
I think he's finished, isn't he?
I'm finished. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, but I mean, after Pete, like, I feel like, I'll probably end up getting Street Fighter and Pilotwings, and then the system.
Yeah,
and that'll probably be it. And until maybe the new Star Wars: The Clone Wars that looks kind of interesting. Legos, but we'll see. Definitely those first 2 titles though. That'll keep me busy.
Telling you, check out Steel Diver. I think that's going to be a nice sleeper hit.
What are they saying about, like, Reggie was talking about that in the Nintendo Power, like going, that's the game you should get. That's going to be the sleeper hit. That's what he said too. Yeah.
It's it looks boring, honestly, from like videos, but I can see all you do is you basically control a submarine with this touch panel on the touch screen where you're like pulling levers up and down and controlling all these different things about the submarine, and you're trying to get from point A to point B without hitting in the mines, and you destroy other submarines, and the reality, or whatever they're calling it, the virtual reality part of it, where you move around with the 3DS, like to look through the submarine's binoculars and shoot missiles, is pretty cool. supposedly this is a game that Miyamoto's been wanting to make for a while. I read on Joystick or something that he wanted to always make a really complicated game, like Steel Battalion, like that, with a big controller set up like that. So this is basically the closest thing to that he's worked on so far.
Interesting. Yeah, it's nothing. It's been on my radar to get. It's not for me, but so John, what are you getting?
What? What am I getting? I just said.
Oh, you just did that's it? Like, but you didn't really say like,
that's it. I told you nothing. That's nothing special. I just those 2 games, Pilotwings and Street Fighter.
Pete announced that he's buying like 50 games, and you're like, maybe I'll get like Star Wars.
Yeah, I said maybe Star Wars and Street Fighter for sure, and then Pilotwings for sure. But,
okay, I think I missed a bit about Pilotwings.
Yeah.
Jason, what are
That's a little better.
Jason, what are you getting?
Well, now here I am to disappoint everybody.
Uh-oh.
Because I'm looking at my budget and I'm not able to afford it at launch.
Oh no.
So, but good news is in the works, because I went to my storage unit, my magical storage unit, which houses some of my most interesting gems, and I am selling things so I can try to get it. So if anyone is interested in a couple of Stiga certified race sleds, let me know.
Or get on iTunes and Get Your Whale On.
Hey, there we go. Or go download some more of my tunes, you know?
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good. Thank you, Pete. That would help. So, yeah, I'm trying to sell some things. Man, I mean, 250s for me on a handheld, it's pretty steep. And of course, you know, I'm easily seeing myself dropping at least 3.5, 4 bills on that day for that and all the games.
You know, you want Ridge Racer.
Totally. Oh, totally. That's what I want.
That's probably the game that I would get too if I had to pick it up on launch.
Yep.
Would be Ridge Racer.
Yep. If I were to, I would get Ridge Racer and Pilotwings. I'll probably stick with just those 2 for right now.
I can't wait till Mario Kart comes out for it. I think that'll look really
Yeah, oh, you know it's coming too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least
Hey, John.
Hey, Johnny.
What launch games are you getting? Maybe Lego Star Wars.
Maybe Lego Star Wars.
Possibly. So I haven't told you what games I'm getting.
What are you getting, Johnny?
I'm actually going to buy every single launch game.
Two of them.
No, I'm buying all of them. I'm buying all the sports games too.
But you told me you're going to get 2 copies of each, so you can keep one unopened.
That's exactly what the plan is at this point. So I'm probably going to drop a couple $1,000 that day. Really expensive.
What a high roller.
Well, you know.
I can't wait to go to Vegas with you.
Animal games. You know, those random animal games with just animals that are cute and, you know, that little girls buy and nobody else buys. I'm going to buy that game. So it's going to be a very expensive day, but I will be buying everything. Thank you. And I'm actually going to buy the black 3DS and the blue and black 3DS as well. 2 of each. So,
So, John, what games are you getting?
The only games I'm going to get are Street Fighter, obviously, and Ridge Racer. That's the only games I'm getting. I kind of thought about Pilotwings. What do you think about that, guys? Like, what do you think?
I think it might be either the best 3DS launch game, or for me at least, it's either going to be my favorite one or one of my bottom ones. Because, like I said, I've never played a Pilotwings game before, so I'm either going to really hate it or love it. But from what I've heard, in terms of 3D, that is the best game.
You've never played Pilotwings on?
No, I brought this up on another podcast, and I got the same reaction.
Can I just break in here and tell you my opinion on Pilotwings in general, just so we can get this out of the way? A lot of people may not even know what Pilotwings is. Pilotwings, in my eyes, now I don't know if this is true or not, but when I played Pilotwings for Super NES and 64, I've realized that these games were like Nintendo's tech demos.
Yeah.
I think. Because they show, like on the Super NES, they really brought out the scaling, Mode 7. They really showed what the system could do. When it came out on 64, same thing. It was like, here we are, 3D. I guess Super Mario 64 was kind of that way too, but that was kind of polished. Pilotwings was definitely like the tech demo. And even at like events, You guys remember that back in the day when they showed that console? It was Pilotwings that was on there.
Oh yeah,
and Mario.
Oh yeah.
So it really, I just have a feeling that was kind of Nintendo's tech demo. So even if the game may not appeal to you, I think it would be a good one to have. It's almost like a novelty game in my eyes.
Yeah,
they're kind of almost like must-have titles, whether you like them or not. So
I can picture the top-down 3D aspect of it. I think you like when you're parachuting or paragliding. That's gonna look really cool in 3D. I can just imagine.
Yeah,
that's gonna look sweet. And
I've honestly never.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Nick.
Well, I've honestly never played a Pilotwings either. I've never played that for Super Nintendo or the 64.
Wow.
You're not missing out. They are tech demos. It's very average stuff. It's not like, wow, this is exciting. It's like, oh, I'm going to land.
Yeah, it was like when the consoles were released and those games were new, they were the cream of the crop. They were like, this is what the console can do. Watch this. But as, the life of the console goes on, they start to polish out how that they can code the games and get more out of them. And, I don't think they necessarily age all that well. But like I said, it's worth a shot. You can get them super cheap, Nick. So I definitely give it a shot. It's kind of a novelty title.
Oh yeah, I've seen them like all over, like in my retro game stores and stuff. I could probably find it easily. I'll probably pick it up next time. Yeah.
Go get a ROM. Save some money.
Can I step in here real quick and say real quick? I disagree with all what you're saying. I actually was a big fan of Pilotwings. I actually really like the game. I mean,
I didn't say I wasn't.
No, I know you're not. I know what you're saying. Yeah. Though. I know it's a novelty, but I just played a lot of it, especially the Super Nintendo version. I thought the graphics are great. There's different. You get the jetpack. You had the airplane. I mean, there's just different levels, and the music was cool too. I don't know. I just was.
I like music too.
Was a big fan of the game. I mean, it's one of those early launch titles, and it hasn't really dated very well because of the Mode 7 graphics. But I was a big fan of it.
Okay, sure. John. I played a lot of it too.
Yeah.
So here's the question for you.
Yeah.
In your eyes, between both the games, which sport in your eyes is the best? Because I know mine.
The water sports is really good.
I liked the jetpack
on 64.
Yeah, that was cool.
I love the cannon.
Yeah, the cannon was cool.
Oh,
I dumped hours into that damn cannon trying to launch it and hit all sorts of different things.
Yeah. It's always hard landing on your target. It's the only thing frustrating about the Super.
It was trial and error, wasn't it?
Yeah, trial and error.
Like 100%. Yeah,
it was. So I mean, Nick, you can get the game cheap. I recommend picking it up though. And Pete, same goes for you. Pick it up.
Do it now.
I'll see how I like the 3DS one. I want to, here's the thing. I want to play that one and play it for the first time. Who knows? Maybe I'll love it.
Here's a title. I don't know if Nintendo's officially announced yet, but like F-Zero would be cool on the 3DS.
Oh, please, God. Please. Yes.
Maybe a little Hydro Thunder in there.
Oh, please, dude, God.
Jason would jizz himself.
Micro Machines, you know how it is.
Little TNT racers.
Sister.
Pete knows what to say.
Ooh. So, John, what you're saying is for launch lineup, you're going to buy 3 copies of Pilotwings? Is that it?
Yeah.
Something like that? Yeah. One not opened, right? You're going to seal one.
Exactly.
So that's going to be worth a lot of money in time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pilotwings are always go skyrocketing.
But I'm kind of disappointed. Kid Icarus isn't a launch title, huh?
I was kind of bummed about it. I thought that was definitely going to be a launch title.
I
thought that Zelda would have definitely been a launch title. I mean, come on. Yeah. That would have sold systems by the truckload.
You know what? I'm telling you, Pete, I bet they got it finished and they're just sitting on it. Because they need to spread out the 3DS launch lineup. They've always done this. Nintendo always says, we're going to release all these amazing games day one. And then they're like, well, actually, everybody's excited, so they're all like, yeah, we're going to buy it. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, sorry, actually, we're going to spread it out. And that game is coming out in July, and that game is coming out in October. And it's like, you fucking assholes.
Well, what about Zelda in the past? Has Zelda been a launch title in the past?
It was for the Wii. Twilight Princess.
For the Wii, yeah. For the Wii.
Is that it? Just for the Wii?
For the Super Nintendo too, wasn't it? Link to the Past?
I thought Link to the Past was.
Link to the Past was later. Link to the Past
was
later.
It? Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well.
Just a bit after, but wasn't that for the Wii? Pete, weren't they saying, yeah, it's going to be amazing. They're going to have a new Mario Brothers and a new, it wasn't Mario Galaxy and all that stuff all that was supposed to launch day one with a new Zelda and new Metroid.
I don't remember.
I do. They were talking that was going to launch. They were going to launch a system with all those games in that first week, and everybody was going, "Wow, Nintendo's finally back on track. They're doing it." And then no, they didn't. They lied to everybody.
So I have a question. Okay, so once the 3DS comes out, what is Nintendo's plans for the regular DS? Are they going to continue making titles for it, or are they going to gradually slow it down?
Oh, I'm sure they will. If the Game Boy Advance is any indication.
It's done. Yeah.
It's too bad. I still think there's a lot of life left in the DS. I think there's a lot of life left in. Look what they're pulling off on the DS now. I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just now starting to get into like more of the DS games. Like I didn't play that thing for like the first, I don't know, like 2.5 years that I had it. Now I'm just now getting into like a lot of the RPGs on there and stuff.
What are you liking on there, Nick, right now?
Well, I just beat Dragon Quest 9.
What do you think of that? It's good, eh?
I loved it. I think it's probably like my favorite Dragon Quest game so far. I mean, at first it was Dragon Quest 8, but 9 was amazing.
9 was amazing, yeah.
Yeah, and then that 999 game that that everyone's been talking about lately, that's actually fun. And I'm not even into those novel kind of games. I'm really not, but it's actually a really interesting game. And there's a lot. I like Final Fantasy 3.
Yeah.
There's tons of them.
There's tons of great RPGs. Hey, there's so many.
Yeah.
Oh,
tons.
man.
And some of them, I mean, I don't know. I kind of had mixed thoughts on like games like Avalon Code and stuff, but yeah, I mean, there's some that are kind of disappointing. But
well, it's funny for me. It's funny for me in talking to Pete. It's kind of weird. It's like almost subliminal talking. Is that I'm such an RPG fan myself. I'm a big RPG fan, in fact. That there's been a few DS games that I kind of I'm like, oh, well, because there's so many, you guys know, there's so many RPGs on the DS. It's like, you can't play them all. You can't do them all.
Oh, yeah. No
yeah,
way.
it's possible. But I've had this weird thing lately. This is what I want to talk to Pete about as well, is that I've been going back and buying all the ones that I don't have. So I just bought Dark Spire. Just picked that up. And I'm looking for a copy of Golden Sun right now. I picked up Radiant Historia. I haven't even put it on. That looked damn cool. And what else am I looking for?
The Etrian Odyssey series.
That's exactly, yeah, that's that one as well, for sure. Been looking for that. And obviously the Infinite Space. I'm trying to go back and buy all these games that I let kind of slide through my fingers, and I can't believe that I did. So I'm really excited about it. I like having those RPGs. I can't believe I let them go by. So it's a little bit of an expense, but I'm picking them all up now. So
yeah, well, a lot of them get kind of harder to find too. Eventually,
that's why you got to get them now.
Because a lot of these games, like even for the DS, like aren't like Dragon Quest 4 and 5. Didn't those go out of print or something?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the price just skyrocketed for those games, especially 5.
Yeah,
especially 5. And guys, here's another collectible that it's not funny. You guys know I collect them and stuff like that, but especially for Dragon Quest games on the DS, real big collectibles will be the strategy guides.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I just got my strategy guide for Dragon Quest 6 today from Amazon, and it shipped really late. And this is the thing with strategy guides these days is they're not in stores, not many of them, and so you can only kind of order it online from Amazon or what have you. And once those print runs are gone, they're gone. And I think they do smaller print runs nowadays. And go for it.
Oh, well, I just picked up Dragon Quest 6 yesterday. Like, I wasn't even planning on it. I was thinking to myself, like, well, I might just wait. But the thing is just like 4 and 5.
Can't wait.
It's just going to be the same price, later down, or even more expensive. So I just grabbed it anyway. And I found it, like, used for $5 less. So I was like, this is my chance. And they actually had the strategy guide there. And I just went and picked it up. It was like $20, but...
Nice.
Yeah,
definitely grab those strategy guides will be worth a lot in time. I'm not kidding you. Those will be a more limited run than the games. It's weird. It's weird. The more you start collecting games, the more I know what's going to be collectible. I feel I'm like, this is going to be worth something. And I don't buy stuff to be worth something. I buy stuff because I like it. But I also know about its collectability value. I'm like, this is going to be worth something for sure. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If you can see Dragon Quest 5 anywhere, snag it.
How much is that selling for on the second-hand market?
About $70 right now.
Oh, wow.
What? Is it really?
On eBay, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Last time I checked.
Wow.
We're snagging. It was selling in game deals for $57 the other day. It sold as well, too. Yeah. But hey, Pete, you want to hear how anal I am about collecting video games? And I'm not meaning that in a really deeply sexual way. But I knew John was waiting to say something. He's like, finally. Ooh, get in there. But in Canada here, this is the biggest. I'm going to say this on the podcast because I actually have a pet peeve that really pisses me off. It actually really pisses me off. Up here in Canada, we're bilingual, not by choice, with French. And it really bothers me that I buy Dragon Quest VI, and I don't care that there's French instructions in there. I welcome that. I'm not against, French Canadians. I'm not against that at all. What I have a big fucking problem with is when I bought my copy of Dragon Quest VI, right on the front cover, and if you guys pick up your copies of Dragon Quest VI, Nick, I know you have yours, all you have is the artwork on there. It says Dragon Quest VI, nice, beautiful artwork. That's it. We're not in freaking Canada, man. I didn't even notice till I got home. And I went into it. I was so angry when I saw it. Right on the front cover, in a big white, it's not a white sticker. It's actually printed. It's actually part of the artwork on there. It says English version and French version les included. And I'm looking and I'm like, why is this on the fucking cover? Why can't it be on a slip of paper? I just was so mad about it. I've been mad about this for years living in Canada. I hate buying a video game, and on the front cover, it says Le Formidable version. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. Just give me the way the game was intended to be. Put French instructions in it. Give the French the French language in the game. That's great, but don't put it on the front cover. I don't need to see English version included. I don't need to see that on the cover, ruining the artwork. Yeah, get that shit the fuck off there. Did I ever tell you when I got Gears of War 2? It came with an art book, limited edition art book. I waited at Best Buy to pick it up. I did a video about it. I get home, and you can actually see in the video, it's kind of funny. I'm unpackaging this thing. I'm like, oh, cool. And here's the artwork. Here's the art book. And I started flipping through it. It was all in French. They did some misprint where they just gave me the French manual, the French art book. I'm like, what is this? I went bananas. I just went bananas.
Some of the Wii games down here are in French. So notice that. Have you guys noticed that?
That's probably because Nintendo puts 3 different languages in the manual. They're like books, but they're not on the front cover. Never on the front cover.
No, not for the
back cover.
On the back. On the back.
Yeah,
on the back.
It's all on the back. Yeah.
Yeah, French.
So Spanish. What I did, I went to Brian at Game Deals and I said, "Hey, you know what?" I said, "I'm sick and tired of buying because I bought the game from EB Games, and I was telling Brian, I said, you know what? I'm so pissed off about this happening to me every time. I said, I don't want to deal with it anymore. I don't want to buy any more games in Canada. I hate it." And he said, you know what? He goes, I actually deal with a distributor who actually, I get DS games off him. And I'm like, he's like from the States. So he goes, that won't happen. I said, man, if you can find me a copy of Dragon Quest VI, without that stupid fucking thing on there. And he's like, okay. He messaged me the next day. He's like, I got a copy in for you. I was in, I bought a brand new, I paid full price for it, copy of Dragon Quest VI to not have that white sticker thing on the front. And then I traded it into Game Deals to sell. It was that worth it to me. I lost $15 off the deal, but it was worth it to me not to have that sticker. That's something nobody knows about in Canada. We have to deal with. It's terrible. I don't mind French included. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying don't put it on the goddamn cover. Don't put a giant sticker that says French included and English as well. That does not make any sense. Exactly. So there's my rant for the day.
There's a rant.
That stuff pisses me off. It pisses Rob off too. We actually are really mad about it. It drives us nuts.
Well, I know I was talking not only to Rob, but when I was up there hanging out with you guys, the whole crew was talking about it. This is kind of the sentiment of a lot of people I talked to up there. It was kind of, yeah.
I think the thing is I'm not going to start an international war here, even though I don't care if I did. The reality is, if you go to Quebec, the French-speaking province, you there's no signs in English there. They allow signs in English. They're really weird. over here you have to have French and English because the rest of Canada is actually polite. You know, but oh my God! But if they want French in their video games, goddamn, put it on the cover. You know, that bugs me, and I speak to a lot of French guys about it. It pisses me off, and they actually understand what I'm talking about. Drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Says.
Well, it's nothing that it's like you said, it's nothing you don't have anything wrong against the people themselves, or it's like you're just frustrated.
I ain't got a problem with the language, Yeah. I don't have a problem with the language at all. And in fact, I think French is a cool language. I got no problem with that, but don't put it on my fucking video games.
So
seriously,
to keep feeding off of all our anger here,
good.
Joystick has posted that backwards compatibility on the 3DS is less than ideal. Meaning that, all right, here I'll read right from their website here.
Yeah.
The 3DS has a lot of cool features, one of which is backwards compatibility for DS games. But while convenient, this backwards compatibility is far from perfect because the screens on the 3DS have a higher resolution, 400 by 240 on top, 320 by 240 on the bottom, versus the DS's 256 by 192 screens. DS games are either upscaled to fit the bottom screen or shown in tiny windows on both screens if you hold start and select while loading the game. In either case, it's not great. So basically, when they say upscaling, that means it's going to be, stretched out and it's going to be less crisp. And they show a video of the, if you scale it down to like be the correct size, it looks disgusting.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm watching it.
You see the 2-minute mark? Hold on. Let me send you guys one.
I'm getting there. It's
disgusting. Like seriously, people, if you're buying a 3DS and you plan on getting rid of your other ones, don't do it. Like it's pretty bad.
Oh, it's like cropped.
Yeah.
Playing Retro Game Challenge. Great game, by the way, but.
Well, I want to see.
Hold on, I'm getting you. Hold on.
Well, it's kind of like watching a widescreen movie on a standard definition TV.
But look how small it is.
Sides though, on the bottom. Yeah.
Top, bottom, it's like, you go to the 2-minute mark, you'll see.
Oh no, I'll stick with my XL to play DS games. Why would I do anything else?
Just a warning out there for anybody that was going to get rid of your XL or DSi or trade them in for the 3DS, and you play a lot of DS games, do not do it.
Don't do it.
From what I'm seeing here.
Don't trade that shit in anyways. If you can keep that stuff, always keep that stuff.
I mean, I have a reason. The only Nintendo system I've ever gotten rid of on purpose and sold it was the original DS, because that thing is terrible. I would never, ever play that thing again now that I had the light and the eye and everything. Like, no reason to. It's disgusting anyway. That thing is way too big and the screens are terrible. I keep my DS Lite because it has a Game Boy Advance port. So I keep it for that.
Yeah, that's why I keep it too, piece for the Game Boy Advance thing, so I can play Phantasy Star 1 on it. That's why I keep that handy, for sure. Nice.
I actually still play like the original one.
What's that? Which original? The DS?
The DS. I never went out and bought like a light or anything. I don't know.
Man.
Something that kind of really bothered me with the whole DS thing is that they kept releasing them like every single year, and it's like I know they're more enhanced and everything, but I don't know. I guess I'm not that really interested in going out and picking up like every new DS that ever came out.
4 iterations is a bit ridiculous, but I will tell you, if you get a chance to at least get like a DSi, a DSi would be one of the best.
No. Get a DSi, get a DSi XL. If you're gonna go big, go with that. Honestly, once you get to the bigger screen, you're like, and especially Nick, because I know you play role playing games, like it is awesome. It is so awesome to play like Dragon Quest 9 on there, or a Dragon Quest game in general. Like, it's so funny. I'm sitting next to my girlfriend. She's playing Dragon Quest 6, and I'm playing Dragon Quest 5 right now. And she's like so pissed off. She's like, "Look at your big screen and mine. Look at this screen." And I'm like, "Yeah, like I couldn't imagine playing on a smaller screen now. That's funny. It's just hard to do." But seriously, they're actually a lot cheaper now. You can find them used as well, which is really good.
How much does it use? How much does it use XL sell for?
Oh, let's have a see.
You still get them new? You still get them new.
Yeah, you can still get them new, but you can get it used about 120.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Something in there. It's not bad. That's pretty good.
Have they announced what downloadable games are going to be available at launch date for the 3DS?
I don't think they have the marketplace available day one.
It's a download. You have to download the marketplace later on.
Oh, that's lame.
That's what I remember reading in Nintendo Power.
It's going to be like Wii. The Wii did that. They didn't have the marketplace available right off the bat.
Yeah. Just looking through my Nintendo Power. I love Nintendo Power. So good.
Just to let people know, because this podcast will be out before then, if you are in the New York area and you're going to Nintendo World for the 3DS, I will be there. I will be there Saturday, Saturday morning. If there's a line Saturday morning, I will be there on the line Saturday morning. If there's no line Saturday morning, I will for surely be online by noon Saturday.
He's looking for a date so any eligible ladies out there that listen to the podcast, which is like, I don't think any eligible ladies listen to the podcast, but for any that possibly might, Pete Dorr is going to be at Nintendo World naked. And
if there is an internet connection out there that I can freely use, I will be streaming from the streets until some person comes along and snatches my laptop, and then that's it.
Naked. Yeah.
He's naked.
Unless I have the iPad 2 by then, but I highly doubt it because that's going to be like $700. Which
are you getting? Are you even thinking about getting an iPad?
I am thinking about getting an iPad.
Why?
I'm curious about getting into gaming on the iPad. Honestly, I don't know, and just having it's basically like a really portable computer. I don't know. I was really interested in the first iPad. Here's the thing: I have owned an iPod Touch, which I never really used. Which, if I'm going to buy games, I'm probably going to get it on an iPad.
Well, the iPad 2 is the way to go if you're going to start
I know.
gaming.
Yeah, with the cameras, because then I can stream from the iPad as well. Bring that wherever I want to go, get the 3G, and just stream wherever.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
But that's a hefty price tag.
How much is it? $700?
No, that's too much. That's way too much for that thing. Yeah. I'd wait for I'll get an iPad when it's like the iPad 5 and it's like $400 and it can do 5 times as much as this one.
Well, it's like Apple does the same thing Nintendo does. They just keep coming up with new upgrades.
Exactly.
You know? And then by the time you get one, it's going to be obsolete and then they have another one coming out, you know?
I know. Everybody's bragging. Everybody's like, oh, I got the iPhone 4. You've only got the 3GS. I'm just like, yeah, I'll just wait to get the 5. And then, everybody jumps and get the 4 and then I'll just get the 5. And then somebody will get the 6. It's just, I know. It's just been fun. But you got to jump in eventually, though, eh? John, eventually you're going to have to jump in to get some of this stuff. And take the plunge. And there'll always be something better coming out for sure.
Absolutely. I feel like I was like one of the last people in the world to get a smartphone, really. I mean, like...
I felt like that, too.
Yeah.
I still don't have one, so take that.
Oh, there you go.
Pete, you should get one.
You should.
Yeah, but it's what, like $50 a month? I mean, I'm saving $50 a month right now by not having one.
Do you I don't know, do you need one?
It would be nice, but I don't really need one. I mean, it would be awesome to just kind of like flip open my phone and go online and check eBay and bid on shit, but
that's what necessary. That's why it's handy. Yeah.
Maybe one day maybe.
So I'm just looking at Nintendo Power here and it goes, shop till you drop, the Nintendo eShop, which will be available through a system update. Now, that doesn't say if it's going to be available day one. I don't know. Will allow you to get your downloadable gaming fix. The shop will let you purchase DSiWare titles exclusive to the Nintendo 3DS, virtual console games featuring favorites from the Game Boy and Game Boy Color, Super Mario Land and Zelda Link's Awakening DX. The shop will also let you view videos and information on current games, and you'll be able to search the shop for numerous parameters, such as your favorite gaming franchises, blah, blah, blah. The thing I'm excited about is the TurboGrafx section. I can't wait to play Double Dungeons on the 3DS. It's going to be amazing.
I am kind of excited for that. I'm actually really excited for like the Game Boy one, too. Get some Link's Awakening going on there.
Yeah.
Just for the convenience factor of having everything on the system.
But, John, you can get TurboGrafx games on the Wii, though.
Yeah, I can, but I want Double Dungeons on the go. I want hatred and torment me everywhere I go. I want it in my pocket, John. I want,
Yeah.
When I want to get angry and pissed off at the world, I'll just turn it on. It'd be great.
Yeah.
Everyone's all pissed off about, there's not going to be a Zelda at launch. I'm all right with just having my Link's crossbow training for Wii. I'll just stick to that.
You know why it's going to be great? Because come the summer, I'm going to sit down on my patio, I'm going to crack a beer as the sun is shining, and I'm going to turn on Ocarina of Time. Because it'll get released in summertime, right? That's the plan, I think.
That's right.
So, I got no problem with that. I'll have a great time during the summer with that. That'd be awesome. Playing Ocarina of Time again? I haven't played it since I beat it the first time on the N64 all those years back.
Same here.
Yeah, it's been a while. So it's going to be fresh and new again.
Especially they've redone the character model. They've updated the textures. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a very nice looking game.
Ought to be a lot of fun, yeah.
Yeah. It'd be kind of cool. So I'm in. I'm really sold on the 3DS. And yeah, the reports are coming in. We talked about last time. Oh, my eye! I got terrible eye strain. And get some new eyes. Come on. Get some glasses or something.
Order them up, people.
Don't play it. Put it away. Give it to your younger cousin. And let him play with it or her. Let them play with it. Don't. If it hurts your eyes, you're going, "Wow, my eyes are hurting. They're stinging like onions." Get rid of it. Get rid of it. It's not for you. If you turn it on and your eyes are hurting after 5 minutes, give it away. Take it back. Don't whine about it.
Give it to
Don't
Jason.
write on a blog about it.
Jason wants it really bad.
Yeah, Jason wants it. Jason, you should convince people that their eyes will be hurting. Are your eyes hurting yet? Are they hurting yet? That's what you can say.
I'll be right there just hovering like a little puppy dog. Like, they hurting? Are they hurting? Are they hurting? Give it to me. Give it to me.
Hey, Jason, that's what you got to say. You got to say, your eyes are bloodshot.
What's wrong with? Let me take this from you.
That doesn't look like it's suiting you. This is not for you, I don't think.
Here, let's just put this in my backpack. Just wait for a minute. Let your eyes cool down.
Yeah. Put some ice on those eyes.
Now, Jason, what would you do if they announced Killer Instinct 3D?
Oh my God.
I'm getting it.
You're just tempting them more and more.
I'm getting it then. I would have to do something tricky. I would have to do something strange for a piece of change, to tell you that.
Bad Company 2, like 3D.
Oh God.
A little bit of Duke Nukem in there.
Look at you guys. You guys are you're tripping me out because
little Donkey Kong Country in there. It's a good measure.
I'm looking real forward to the future of the 3DS, and I know people complain, there's not enough launch games, but it's all about the future. I remember with the DS, I remember arguing with a guy at work going, "Oh my God, you're buying a DS day one? Like, what's the point?" And I couldn't ever justify the point of the DS day one. The launch lineup seemed lame, but he was buying it for the future, and I didn't, and that's how I feel about the 3DS. I'm buying it for a couple of launch games that will be pretty cool, but I'm talking about the future. Playing a Dragon Quest game or a dungeon crawling game. These are things that I enjoy, and in 3D, like I imagine playing like a Dragon Quest game, and then the slime comes at you in 3D. That's cool. That's going to happen too. I can see that.
Well, I think almost with like every system, it seems like, like I put off a PS3. I just got one like, I don't know, 4 months ago, 5 months ago, because I thought that I wasn't interested in any of the games. And then now all of a sudden there's just tons of games out that I want to get. And it was the same thing with the DS. Like there was nothing that I wanted at first. And then now it's just, it seems like I'm wanting to buy DS games like every week.
Nick, you did the right choice. And I have had a few friends that have done that where they haven't bought a system on launch. In fact, they've waited years for it. Like people like Jason Heine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got a 360 just how long ago, Jason?
No, you're getting it all mixed up.
Oh, well, yours died, and you.
Right, I went through a few, and then I said, "Screw this! I'm waiting."
Well, yeah, but you come back with a vengeance.
Oh God, yes, rough, rough, motherfuckers, rough.
Sorry, I brought you up, but I've had friends that waited till the last minute of the PS2's life. I bought a PS2 for dirt cheap, paid nothing. I bought the best of the best games for nothing.
Yeah,
I'd love to be that kind of gamer where I don't spend a dime and I wait years. I have that kind of patience.
That's what's happening right now on the 360 with me. I'm just cleaning up on it.
Yeah, I'd love to.
With everyone's suggestions, Pete's got all kinds of shit he's suggesting to me. I'm just picking them up left and right. Jason,
if you want to spend money, talk to me. I'll help you spend money.
Jason, buy a fucking Sonic Racing. Got it. Jason, buy. Oh, that was you, Bomberman. Got it. Jason, buy Ridge Racer 6. We haven't played it. Got it. What the fuck?
Consume.
Jason, buy Borderlands. We're all going to stream it. Found 2 copies. One for John, one for me. Got it.
Yeah.
I know.
It's great.
It's hilarious.
Pete, what do I need? Yeah, I'll show you the stars and the lights. See? Show you the bright lights. Show you everything you need.
I know. Hey, Johnny, the Amano book is on eBay, and it's only $300.
Got it.
Yeah, got it.
So, hey, Nick, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What systems did you grow up playing?
The first system I ever played was the NES.
Okay.
That was that was years and years ago. I remember like the first time I ever saw one, it was like my whole family lives in St. Louis.
Okay.
And we were back there for like the 4th of July or yeah, somewhere around the 4th of July, and my cousin had one, and like he would not. We both have like birthdays like within 5 days, and he ended up getting a Nintendo, and I didn't. So I was wondering why, and he would not let me play it. Like he would not let me play his Nintendo, and I was like, "You fucking jerk!"
Sounds like Johnny with Rob.
Yeah, exactly. I like being the fucking jerk though.
Yeah, and I don't know. I kept begging my parents for one, and they eventually got me one. I played that thing nonstop. I didn't care how shitty the games were. I mean, I would sit there and play Total Recall and win, lose, or draw, and it didn't matter. I still had a blast. Nice. And then, of course, I went to the Super Nintendo, and I mean, I didn't have a whole lot of games for it, but I'm just now discovering a lot of the good ones. Well, not just now, but like within the last 5 years. And yeah, I mean, I grew up playing like Donkey Kong Country and for the Super Nintendo, and Mario for the Nintendo, and Zelda. Love those games.
Great.
What got you into RPGs?
Well, I don't know. The first RPG I ever played was the first Dragon Warrior, and I don't know how I made it. I don't know how I made it through that game as a kid, because I did. It was just one of those things where I just kept going and going, and I didn't really know what I was doing, but eventually I got through it somehow. And the game that actually got me into RPGs, though, I'd say is Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, I think that's the one that really got me into them, that got me addicted to them.
There's a whole generation of people that started playing role-playing games because of Final Fantasy VII. It's really cool.
And it's not even my favorite RPG. It's not even my favorite Final Fantasy game, but it was an amazing game, though. I mean, I loved it.
Yeah, it's a good one. Final Fantasy VII is good.
So what is your favorite Final Fantasy? 14?
Yeah, by far. Well, no, I mean, it's actually...
He has an interesting answer here.
Yeah, it does catch a lot of people off guard, because it's one of the ones that a lot of people had very mixed opinions about.
8.
And that was, no, I do like that one, though. 12.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I've never heard anybody say that was their favorite. I don't know why. I mean, it's not even, it didn't have anything to do with the story or nothing. I just love the environments and just the kind of big world. And I don't know, there was just something about it that kind of drew me into it.
I think everything that you said about it there was totally true. And I think those are some of the reasons that it alienated a lot of people. I think to a lot of people it was too complicated, or they weren't big fans of it. I didn't mind it. It wasn't for me, but I got about 5 hours in and I quit. And then I made my girlfriend at the time play it so I could watch it.
I
love the game. I like the graphical style, all that, but I got to play it so I wouldn't have to.
Well, a lot of people said it felt like an MMO, and I don't know. I've never really gotten into MMOs, but I don't know. I mean, I didn't really find it that complicated, and I don't know. I just feel like if I didn't find it that complicated, then a lot of other people shouldn't either, because I'm not that smart when it comes to video games, to be honest. I mean, I don't claim to be smart at all, and
I don't think any of us claim to be that either, though. It's not.
Yeah, I mean,
I think the game just rubbed you the right way, and you liked it. I think that's what happened.
I guess so. I mean, there's a lot of games that a lot of people don't find complex that I do, and I guess the other way around. But yeah, I mean, I love that one.
Nice. That's a cool one. That's a cool one to say that about. Actually, I love the openness of it. I love the MMO feel of it, in the sense that you can quite literally go anywhere you want to go and do whatever you want to do. I had a lot of freedom. I like the freedom sense of 12.
Right.
And then we can go to 13. And what do you think of 13, Nick?
Oh, I had very mixed opinions about that one. I actually did like an impressions video of that, and it just seemed like, I mean, I'm about 32 hours into it, and I just got to the point where the game opens up, and I just felt like, most people would have dismissed that game within the first 10 hours if they didn't know the game was going to open up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's to me, it's way too linear. I mean, I don't mind that, but when you're just walking down a straight path for 32 hours, I think a lot of people would have dismissed it right away.
Yeah.
And then it just got to the point where I didn't really know what I was doing. Like I like some of the regular battles were kicking my ass in like, a couple hits. And I was like, all right, fuck this. I'm just going to put it away.
Yeah. It's not for everybody, 13. 13's another weird one. If 12 alienated people, 13 confused the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah, well, I hear more positive things about 13 than 12. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's just their opinion, but I'm just thinking like, I don't know. I mean, if people thought that 12 was so different, then, what is 13?
I'm confused. I'm confused about people's love for 13 because 13 has no freedom.
No,
even when it does open it up, it doesn't really open up that much.
No, not at all.
I don't understand what everybody's like. Yeah, it's an awesome game. It's like, okay, the combat's really cool and all that, but you have no sense of freedom. You have no world map. What is a Final Fantasy? I think it comes down to what is a Final Fantasy game to you. To me, it's having a world map.
I agree with you so much on that. I even stated that once in a video where like I miss the world maps in these RPGs. It seems like all these games nowadays, it's just like you pick where you want to go. It's just like some menu screen and you pick where you want to go. I love the fact in like Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest that you can just you can go wherever you want like on a world map. I love that.
Sorry, and maybe I grew up with it. I always mention this every once in a while. I can't help it. But yeah, when I was growing up, it was just kind of you played those games and it was the freedom and sense of exploring the world. It was about exploring. That's what it was supposed to be about.
Definitely.
You know what my favorite Final Fantasy game is?
Oh, here we go.
What? Here we go. What?
John, what is your favorite Final Fantasy game?
Why don't you ask me what 3DS games I'm picking up at launch one more time?
I can't remember what 3D.
So many of them.
So many. No, actually, I was going to say Chocobo Racing.
Yeah, that's a great Final Fantasy RPG. It's great. I like that you have the freedom to go anywhere around the track. And that's amazing.
No, actually, I like Final Fantasy 2 for the Super Nintendo.
That's a great game.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. Final Fantasy 3 is really good too. I like that a lot too. But Final Fantasy 2 is awesome. Yeah. So, anyway.
I thought you were going to say a sarcastic answer, and you kind of did. I was waiting for it. But what's your favorite Final Fantasy, Pete?
9.
Nice choice.
Yes.
And
what's yours, Jason?
3.
Good choice.
Which that's all hearsay, of course, because it's not really 3, right?
6. Yeah,
it's 6.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't want to get bashed with that. Oh lordy!
I think people stop bashing that.
Fucking A! I did a review of it. It was like my 10th
Fantasy series.
I did a review of it, like my 10th review. It's from one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. I fucking called it Final Fantasy 3. I got ripped a new asshole.
Bunch of losers.
I just thought, you know what, people? I'm never doing another review again on a Final Fantasy game. Period. That just ruined it for me.
Oh yeah,
but then again, I don't claim to be super hardcore into the Final Fantasy genre, so I'll just stay away. I'll let you guys handle it. That's your gig. Go for it.
But Jason, didn't you realize that there's number 6 in the series?
No, I didn't know. What was that? Fucking A.
It's Final Fantasy 6 in Japan. But when they brought it here, they called it number 3.
Oh, believe me, I got lessons from many people on that one.
Yeah, you were taught.
What's funny is I knew it too. I already knew that.
But of course you knew that.
But they had to teach me. Again.
I hate these people that write that like as though they fucking as though you didn't know that. Now. Thanks for the education lesson. Thanks for coming in and writing that one statement.
Yeah. How'd you like the review, buttfuck?
Yeah. Yeah. I'd love to do a review where I get all the information wrong. That would be awesome. And
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that on purpose on my next video.
I think we all should at least do one of those. Completely wrong.
I'm gonna mispronounce it. Final Fantasy. This is Final Fantasy 3.
We gotta act like so
fantasy.
Serious.
Yeah,
so serious.
It's like that. What's that video that was on YouTube recently about World of Warcraft? Cataclysm. You remember? You guys see that video?
Yeah. I just found that like a couple months ago. That was hilarious.
Yeah. No, I should.
Wait, what is this? What do I got to search to find that?
You haven't seen it, dude? Oh, it's hilarious. No. She was on. She was featured on like G4 and shit for it too, which is pretty funny.
I know she's a little bit famous for that.
Yeah, she got her 15 minutes of fame because in Cataclysm, she's like Cataclysm instead of Cataclysm. It's hilarious.
She was like this hardcore World of Warcraft person too. Like she supposedly like knew a ton about it and played it for hours and days, and then she mispronounced it. People just ripped her a new one. I mean, they would not let it go.
Seriously, I'm gonna do a video and just say Final Fantasy the whole time.
Yeah,
I think we all should do that. I think we all should we should pick a game or do something and just do it completely wrong.
Yeah,
to see how many comments we can get.
Hey, I'll start it off. Okay, so I'll make the first video. I'll call it Final Fantasy 1 is a sequel to Final Fantasy 8. I'll start off exactly that.
It came out in 1983.
Dragoon Warrior. Dragoon Warrior is my favorite.
It was made by Namco and Konami.
It was Atari.
And Miyamoto supervised the final stages of the game.
gonna hold up Final Fantasy 12 and then start talking about Dragon Quest and then explain the Grandia battle.
Yeah, no, Final Fantasy is an action platformer, and
instead of 7, you're like V11.
Oh
like,
my god!
Final Fantasy V11.
This is VII.
VII.
Oh, Jesus.
And see how many comments you get for people that like take you serious.
Yeah, stack them. How many can we stack? This is a Peon Wings, a new 3D Peon Wings game. Reggie made it.
That would be amazing.
You get, but hey, your video would go viral. It would go viral.
It
overnight.
would. It probably would.
Oh, good, but that sometimes could not be a good thing.
Yeah, you don't want that kind of attention. But
No,
what the hell?
True. That's true.
That Gamester 81 don't know fetal fantasy. That's
It was like 5 podcasts ago, but I said Cosaics on purpose. I meant kiosks.
I noticed it, but I didn't say anything. I'm like, well, maybe Jason just don't realize,
I was hoping.
Have any of you guys ever heard of like this? He's got a YouTube channel, but he owns like a store somewhere in Canada, like Toy Rats or something.
What?
I don't. And this guy, like when he does videos, like updating like the games that people brought in, and I think at first he just didn't really know how to pronounce some of the games. But this guy, like he mispronounces a lot of these games on purpose, obviously. And people are always writing comments like, why would you pronounce it that way? I mean, you guys got to check it out. It's hilarious.
Oh, really? Hey, Nick, if you could send me a link with that guide later on, I'd love to see that.
Oh yeah, I'll send it to you like in a PM, like before I go to work. Yeah, it's
that sounds hilarious.
Or when I get home from work tomorrow morning, but
sure.
I'll definitely do it. I actually I watch the videos all the time just because it cracks me up when I hear this guy say these names wrong. I mean, you can tell that some of them are on purpose, but some of them you're kind of like, I don't know if you really knew.
Nice.
Final Fantasy. VVII.
Yeah.
Story of a young boy.
Well, you know what, you guys? I mean, to finish that one there, names are tough. Look, we have a hard enough time pronouncing people's names in the fucking forums. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's tough. These people have these crazy names. Yeah,
Bardabar.
Yeah,
I still can't get it.
Benjamin.
I mean, John has the most problem with it.
I do.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And I'll open.
I love it. What the fuck's his name?
Whatever his fucking name is.
Bar. Babar. Babar. His name was fucking Babar, okay?
And then they're in the forums. They're like, it's bar /D /E bar. They're like trying to break it down. It's so funny.
Spell out phonetically for it, and we're good.
People do that with the Suikoden series. Some people call it Suikoden and whatever, and then people gotta like you said, they put the dashes in between there. You got to pronounce it like this, Suikoden, and it's like, who cares, man? Like, I don't.
You know what? That's a reality. If you're like, okay, that's like the whole E's, Y's.
Yeah.
Well, I called it Y's for years. I still think it's a kind of a cool name, like the Books of Y's. It sounds kind of cool. Mm-hmm. But I remember when I finally found out it was called E's, I was like, I don't like that name. I'm like, I don't like it called E's. It sounds kind of stupid.
Call it Wise.
I had a hard time changing it by, calling it Wise. But there's so many. It's funny that we say that pronouncing things differently. Yeah, how they are. It's like however you want to pronounce it. Who cares?
I know, like a couple podcasts ago, Johnny, you mentioned like Street Fighter is like the worst because there's so many different names in Street Fighter that people.
Guile and
Zangief,
and Ryu.
Blanca.
Yeah.
Oh God! Yeah. Like everyone's there.
Everyone that you can pronounce differently.
And Bison and Wendy, because they sound the same. So were you ever playing as Bison? And you're like, I'm playing as Wendy. Didn't you know? No.
Then there's that hot piece of ass Chun-Li.
Yeah. Chu-Lai.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I mispronounce it?
Ken
mispronounced it.
No.
Yeah.
Ken. No.
What else is there? Dalsim.
Dalsim.
Yeah.
Every name is fucked. Every name
is fucked, if you notice.
Yeah.
Except Ken.
No, you pronounce it wrong. It's Bob.
Oh. Those 3 letters, they always get...
Everybody gets that confused, and then they always get confused with Wendy as well. It happens.
You can take Ken backwards to be neck.
That's for people with dyslexia, sadly enough. Yeah. They pronounce the name right.
Hey, folks, so how about a Wales quick draw?
Sure.
Okay.
I posted
as long as it's quick, though.
Oh, okay. I'm down to 1 minute.
Don't make me mad.
I am down to 1 minute.
I actually have to get going in like 7 minutes to...
Oh.
How about we do games I bought recently? Let Nick get that out of the way real fast.
Oh, as long as Pete doesn't start.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's do that then.
Okay, Nick, what have you been playing?
Well, the last game I played was
hold on. Let's start let's do now it's time to do games we've been playing, right? Let's get the intro going on. Right?
Hey, don't tell us what to do, for crying out loud.
I'm telling you what to do.
We're already doing it, and then you're telling us what to do. What the hell is this? He's such a control freak. It's crazy like that.
I'm just saying.
I know, it's time for games we've been playing recently. What have you been playing, Nick?
All right, well, the last game I played was a game called Kudelka for the PS1, which is actually part of the Shadow Heart series.
Oh, yeah.
Like the first game in the Shadow Heart series, and I put it down like the third day I played it. I just didn't. It's one of those games that if you don't know what you're doing when you start playing it, then you're not going to get very far. It's highly based on like distributing your skill points to the right people, or the right way, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just not good at that. The thing that kind of pissed me off was that I was playing the game, and like 3.5 hours in, I was already on the second disc. So I guess it's a really short game considering it's a 4-disc game. And I get to the second disc, and immediately I'm getting my ass kicked by like just regular random battles. And it's kind of like a survival horror RPG kind of game with like a tactical battle system. So I'm starting to like lose, and I end up dying. And then it tells me, you want to continue, and I was like, yeah. Please insert disc 1. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do this. And so it told me to like put in disc 1 after I'd already been on disc 2, because that was my last save point, was on disc 1. So they were asking me to like re-put in disc 1, and I was like, no, I'm not going to play this game anymore. It was just too frustrating. It was complicated to me. I don't know. I gave up on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I beat Grandia 3 like a week and a half ago.
What'd you think of that?
I thought it was good.
Decent, right?
I don't like it as much as the first one, but I thought it was definitely good though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I really haven't had a whole lot of time to play a whole lot of video games this week. I had jury duty the last 2 days, so
sucks. Been there, done that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I popped in a Nintendo game today that I don't know. I bought it about a month and a half ago, and it was actually like the most expensive purchase I've ever purchased yet on a single video game, and that was a Little Samson, which I paid it was like $150. It's like it's like a really hard game to find for the NES.
What kind
it's like
of
a
game?
side-scrolling. It's like a side-scrolling platformer, sort of like, I don't know, like a cross between Mega Man and. It's kind of weird. It's got really good graphics, though. I mean, it's a fun game. I wouldn't say it's worth $150 to like the average Nintendo fan, but I mean, if you're a collector like me, then.
Pete, you were talking about that, weren't you? Somebody was talking about this game.
I was never aware of this game. I'm checking it out now, actually. Holy crap, is it expensive?
It goes for about $250.
Whoa.
You said it was on the Super Nintendo or Nintendo?
The regular Nintendo.
Wow, cart only, like $100 on here. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's expensive. It was one of those games that, like, when I saw it in other people's collections, I always got jealous, and that was kind of like a sign that maybe I should just go ahead and bite the bullet and get it.
Who made it? Who developed it?
Taito, I think.
Okay.
Or Taito, however you say it. I don't.
You pronounce it Wendy.
Huh?
Squaresoft.
Okay.
That's fun.
But really, that's about it. I haven't really played a whole lot of games this whole week. I've been wanting to. I just can't find the time to do it. I think I'm getting lazier.
There comes waves, right? Waves when you're totally hardcore, and waves when you're not, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just gotten to the point where if I know I don't have like a 3-hour block to put aside to play a game, then I usually just don't even bother. Yeah. It's gotten to that point.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never satisfied just playing for 45 minutes to an hour, especially with an RPG where you have to dedicate.
You need more.
Well, you don't have to, but to actually get into it, you need to put some time aside.
Yeah. Nick, do you need to take off then?
Yeah, I got to be at work in about a half hour.
Go for it, man.
Hey, thanks for joining us, bro.
Hey,
Definitely.
thanks for having me.
Nice.
It was
Nice to have you, but it was just a short time.
Hey, it was fun. I mean, regardless, I'm glad you guys had me on, and it was a lot of fun. I appreciate it.
Definitely plug your channel again so everybody can go check it out.
Ball and Dick 1982.
Nice.
Find me on YouTube.
Take care.
Yeah, take it easy, man.
See ya.
Easy.
All right, thanks again.
All right, so Pete, let's hit you with games you've been playing recently.
Lord save my soul.
Lord,
Why have you been playing a lot of games?
I have been playing Brace Yourselves,
What?
an MMORPG.
Oh no, not the 360 one, right?
No, worse.
I know what it is.
PC MMORPG.
I know what it is.
Wait, can we take a guess?
Yeah.
Oh shit, what is it? It's the Rifts.
Yep, Rift.
Unfortunately, I've been playing Rift. I meant to check my playtime on it before I came on here to kind of give people an idea of how bad it is for me. But let's put it this way. The first 2.5 days I had the game. Or no, hold on. Yeah. Well, let's just say 3 days. First 3 days I had the game. I invested in approximately 30 hours into the game. I'm now playing my second character, which I'm probably already like 12 hours in with that. But no, not that much. Maybe 10 hours at most. But Rift is an MMORPG on the PC. It's supposedly very similar to World of Warcraft, but since I've only played a couple of hours of World of Warcraft years ago, it's hard for me to make the comparisons, but I can tell from looking, at World of Warcraft gameplay videos. But the whole mechanic behind this is that starting off in the game, there's 32 different classes to choose from.
Wow.
You start off, you can pick from a warrior, cleric, rogue, or a mage. Once you pick your base class, each one of those classes has 8 different classes to choose from. And then once you choose your first class, you also have to choose 2 other classes to go with that. So you actually have, your character will have 3 classes at one time. So Final Fantasy XI players, think of it like having 2 sub-jobs. So my first character, I was playing a shaman, which is sort of like a DPS melee character, and I was speccing into also having healing spells from Warden. And I just made another character. I made a bard because I love playing support classes. So I'm singing my songs and playing my instruments. So I'm having fun as bard, but it's gorgeous. I'm running it on max settings on my computer, max everything, and it looks phenomenal. And honestly, I'll be honest with you guys. I am not playing it as an MMO. So I'm not constantly grouping up and talking with people and all this shit. I'm playing it like a regular RPG. I'm having so much fun just exploring this world, which is freaking amazingly good to look at. The environments in this game, the scope of them are just beautiful. So I'm kind of playing it like a single player game. I'm just going, doing my quests, traveling around and upgrading my equipment. I'm just having fun with it. Now, hopefully, I plan to play this. I bought 3 months because you get a little discount that way. I'm probably going to stop playing come mid-April when some of the other games like SOCOM and Mortal Kombat start coming out. But if you are playing Rift, I'm on the Endless server, ENDLESS, and I'm having fun with it, obviously, or else I wouldn't have played it that long. I've been playing, I did a live stream of it. I played it for like an hour and a half, 2 hours about. I bought a new Dreamcast game, which came out in 2010, and it is called Fast Striker.
I tried to watch that stream, and there was nothing going on. It was weird.
Nothing going on, really?
Yeah, I couldn't see it. It was weird. Everybody else was commenting. I'm like, I can't see. And I refreshed the page. I signed in as myself. I could never get it to work. I don't know.
Johnny, you got to turn your monitor on.
Oh. What? What are you talking about? Isn't it an audio game? Fast Striker? I thought it was like a beat game. I can just listen to the music and dance naked in my room.
Oh, shit.
And Pete commenting on it. Was I wrong?
It's a 2D shoot 'em up game, which it scrolls vertically, so it's not a horizontal shooter. But I have to say, I'm really impressed with it. I had so much fun streaming it though, because I'm not good at shoot 'em ups, but all of a sudden, I was channeling the inner splatter trigger in me or something, and just all of a sudden I was good at it. And some of the boss battles, I couldn't believe myself. I'm like, holy crap! How did I just dodge all those bullets? But it's cool because it has a unique mechanic to it, depending upon if you hold down the fire button or if you tap it, it'll change up the way it fires. It'll be a spread shot if you hold it, but it's less powerful, and the power-ups and stuff and the point boosts don't automatically come to you. You kind of have to grab them on your own. It's 6 levels. I was able to make it to level 5, and then I got raped because the game is actually really hard. But over the hour and a half, I kept on improving, and it got better and better, and it was a lot of fun. The backgrounds in the game are rendered in a nice 3D sort of effect to it, where it looks like it's always receding into the background, and the enemy ships are really, really nicely detailed. It's a homebrew game, by the way, so it was made in 2010. by I think they call themselves the Neo Geo dev team or something like that. It is also available on the Neo Geo MVS as well. So I'd highly recommend it for any
Max, like you said?
Yes, I bought the collector's edition on the Dreamcast, the limited edition, which basically has a different cover and it comes with a soundtrack. Which, by the way, the soundtrack is kick-ass. It's amazing. So if you have the little bit of extra money, it's $70 shipped to the US because it comes from Germany. The regular edition is about $15, $20 less. But I would, if you're into techno soundtracks and stuff, oh my God, pick up the limited edition because it's very good.
And how much is it for the MVS?
I am not sure. The MVS version, I believe, is all sold out because they kind of did like some really, really nice special editions for it. You have to check the website, John. I forget their website, but it's Google Fast Striker.
Okay.
Like the really cool version for the MVS is sold out. They might have like just a regular cart version left, but I could be wrong. I think the only thing that's left is the Dreamcast one.
Gorgeous looking game. Looks nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. And the last
nice looking shmup.
And because of Rift, unfortunately, I haven't really able to play much else. But I did play a little bit more of Harvest Moon 64. I'm in the winter time right now. And Jason,
yeah, how is it?
I hate to inform you.
Oh, don't tell me any bad news about your animal.
The Heine sheep got sick in the winter time.
Oh, no.
It changed from fall to winter so fast. I didn't realize it, and I left you outside. I forgot to put you in the barn, and you got sick.
Oh my!
What
God.
a motherfucker!
Out of the 3 sheep I have, the Heine sheep got sick. Luckily,
So now what? Now what does it do?
I had the $1,000 to buy you the cure medicine, and I helped you out. So you're all better now. But I was able to clip your wood your wool for the first time.
Pardon me? I said pardon?
I was able to clip Jason's wool.
Oh, and then you switched it to wool. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
for the first time, and I made $800 off of it.
Freudian slip.
Quality wood.
Sheep has
That's awesome. Well, that sheep, I was never good with the weather. That's why I'm in Arizona. I don't do well in the cold. That sheep is a pimp, and he does give you good wool, so.
And good wood.
Thanks for healing me. Thanks for healing me. When I watch you on that live stream, you better be like fucking king of the sheeps.
Yeah.
But I also bought Pokemon White for the DS.
I got a story about this too, Pete.
Now, unfortunately, I have not been able to invest much time in it because I'll be honest, I was quite addicted to Rift, which I also installed on my laptop to bring with me to PAX too, just before. But Pokemon White, from what I played so far, it's pretty fantastic. Actually, the graphics are such an upgrade. The battles are so much faster now. It feels fresh because all the Pokemon are new. The first time you go through the game, all 150 are new. I'm actually really disappointed though because I bought the strategy guide and it does not include the Pokédex. And I'm the type of person where I'm very specific about what Pokemon I want on my team. So I like to check what moves they're going to learn. I like to look at what they evolve into. And the strategy guide has none of that. So the guide kind of sucks. They're going to release the Pokédex guide later at the end of April. But honestly, don't make me wait that long. I'm the kind of person where, I'll be done playing the game by then. If I don't get my way, I'll be done. But I'm enjoying it. I just beat I just made it to the second town. So I'm about to fight the second gym leader. And I picked the water Pokemon, Oshawott, as my starter. And that's about it for me. Johnny, you said you had something to say about Pokemon.
I want to talk about Pokemon or whatever. Is that I was in Game Deals and they had a couple of copies and this was actually a little bit earlier than launch day. And I bought it. I took it home. I was really excited. And I'm like, I'm going to play this. I'm going to do this. And I put it in. And it's actually funny. I did play Sapphire back in the day. And I actually, just so everybody can listen to this, I like Sapphire. I actually liked it a lot. I was addicted to it. And but I didn't really, whenever I've said I haven't really got into Pokemon, I haven't been an addict. But I did like Sapphire. Anyways, I bought the black version. I came home, and later on that night, I had some time. I put it in, and I got to admit something. I didn't like it. I actually didn't like it. And what I didn't like about it, and everybody's going to go, but you don't get it. Pokemon is Pokemon. What did you expect? And it's like, I thought this was going to be a fresh little brand new start to the series. I understand the new Pokemon. That's cool. I love that. I love the designs of the characters. I love I love that they were going to go a new direction, but I turned it on. I'm like, wait a second. This is just Pokemon all over again. It's the same thing. And I wasn't expecting anything radically different, but I didn't think the music was that upgraded. I thought the music was Pokemon fanfare, which is not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it was the same old. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll get into a battle. That'll be cool. I get into a battle. I'm like, you're kidding me, right? Like, this is the year 2011. Pete, when did they start this?
Pokemon?
What year? Yeah.
Oh, God. I think, what was it, 1997?
97.
Was the first one that came out on Game Boy, I believe.
So 11. 13. So 14 years this has been going on. And I'm not a hater. I love to love things. But 14 years, it's this. Okay, I don't have a problem with collecting the Pokemon. That's cool. That's the game.
Hold on.
No problem. But I just kind of thought there's no more. The animation was stiff. It wasn't really. After so many years, like Phantasy Star 1 in 1987 was doing animation on characters that was almost better than that. I was like, come on. There's like 3 frames of animation for your character. Like, can't we do better than that? Like, I don't need radical different, but I wanted an upgrade where it looked a little bit better, or the motion was better, or something. And I'm not a graphic whore, but I'm saying after 14 years, they don't have to. And this is what I was talking to Jen and Game Deals about. They don't have to, and I understand that. They don't need to upgrade this thing. They can just keep putting it out every year because you know what? Everybody will buy it. And I understand that. And a lot of people, purists, they don't want to see this change too much. They like moderate upgrades. Now, for myself, I wanted more of an upgrade.
Are you talking about the in-game battle graphics or just the game itself?
In-game battle graphics, yeah.
I'd have to disagree with you, though. I actually really think that the animations, all the Pokemon now are really nicely animated when you're fighting against them, whereas before they were kind of...
I thought it was okay.
The camera angles and everything, it's
not...
I think it was a nice upgrade. It's also very fast-paced, too. I don't know if you noticed how much faster the battles are.
That's fine. That's fine. But you know what bugs me is that I really want to get into the series. And it's just like, and I know what the game's about. You go to different towns, you go into the wild, and you collect Pokemon. I love that. That's what I want to do. But maybe it's not the right time for me to jump into this series. Maybe I have to wait another 10 years or something. Like, I'm being funny now, but I'm really hoping. I want really smooth, beautiful animation. I want it to seem like a cartoon or something. I don't know. I played this back in the day. It felt like the same game. Graphic-wise, it didn't feel that upgraded. After 14 years, like it didn't see, like to me, playing Sapphire, and I'm not like a hardcore, Pokemon player, but going from Sapphire to this, it just felt like really the same thing. In fact, the next day I took the game back and sold it back to Game Deals. I got my money back.
Just to correct myself, Pokemon came out in Japan February 1996, and in America September 28th, 1998.
Oh, okay. There we go. So, no, I'm not being a hater. Do you know what? It just wasn't for me. It's not the time for me to jump in on this series. That time's still going to come. But everybody who I've talked to who bought the game, and I got a lot of friends that love the game, and they love it. But I feel pissed off because I don't like it, and I'm kind of mad. I want to like it, but I just didn't. So sorry. Yeah, so that was my thing about that. But for games I've actually been playing is that Dragon Quest V, I've made the commitment. There's about 5 games on my hand that I have to finish, and I've realized that I have to sit and go one at a time, like I said last time. I'm about 6 to 7 hours into Dragon Quest V now, and I'm going to go all the way with it. So I'm really happy with that. Picked up Radiant Historia, have not played it. Looking forward to doing that. And anything else? Were me and Rob playing anything the other day? Oh, yeah, but I don't want to go into that. But that's about it. Jason, what have you been playing?
I've been playing actually quite a bit of Flat Out Ultimate Carnage. I'm going to beat this game down into everyone's heads.
Nice.
Have any of you found it yet?
No, you were talking about this. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm going to keep asking until I get a yes answer.
Yes, Jason.
All right, I'll stop asking.
So
yeah, no, I've been playing actually that. I actually did some live streaming of this. Flat Out Ultimate Carnage for Xbox 360. Great game there. Great racing, destruction derby type, burnout type game. Also, I recently downloaded all of the Serious Sam games on Steam for the PC. Serious Sam HD, First and Second Encounter. And you know what? I have these on consoles, and I've played them a long time ago when they came out. They originally came out in 2001, but I haven't played it since then. And man, those games are so difficult. It's a run and gun shooter from this quirky little Duke Nukem type wannabe guy. It says these one-liners here and there that are really cheesy, but it's basically reminds me of kind of like Unreal. So it's a really cool shooter, but it's hard as hell. So I've been playing some of that. Actually, Chad Smith posted on my Facebook wall. He said, "Hey, there's a game came out a long time ago. You might be interested in it. It's called Mad Tracks. Have you guys heard of this, Pete? Maybe you've heard of it. Mad Tracks.
What system is it on?
Xbox Live Arcade.
I have heard of it, but I remember reading into it, and it supposedly wasn't that good. But why did you try it?
Yeah, I did. I just, you know what? I saw it, and it looked good. The demo was. I thought it was a decent game. So I went ahead and bought it because I'm crazy like that. I like those little racers. And so I'm playing a little bit of that. So it's kind of fun. I haven't really got into it too much, but if anyone else out there has it, definitely hit me up and we can try out some of the online. It's like a Micro Machines type, racer, but really you can't top the TNT. I don't think TNT is where it's at. TNT.
I know.
Dynamite. Okay, so I have been playing TNT also. Playing out with my cousins and a couple friends online there. Did some streaming of that. That's definitely keeping me busy. Just got Need for Speed Shift for 360 in the mail today. Interested and excited to play that. And the last thing would be actually I went to Goodwill. Did I mention this about my Goodwill Orange Box experience?
No.
Okay, I went to Goodwill, and over in the corner next to your CDs, and again, I've mentioned this before, guys, but don't neglect your CD sections in those Goodwills, because there are gems in there. There are video games, there are audio CDs, there are PC games, there's software, there's all kinds of crap in there. If it's in a jewel case, they throw it there, okay? So check it out. Over there in the jewel case section was a box copy of Half-Life 2, which was the last. I have all three of them. The one, they all have three different pictures on them. One has G-Man, one has Gordon Freeman, and then there's a couple other people. So that completed my collection there. I have all three of them now, which is great. But next to that had an orange box for PC. And I'm like, oh, cool, orange box. And it was only $5. It was $4.99. So I'm like, yeah, why not, And I opened it up and looked inside, and it had like 5 or 6 discs, like empty paper sleeves, right? Mm-hmm. And most of the time, when a game has a lot of discs like that, they take the discs out and they put them in like a big CD binder. You remember the old CD binders in the 90s we used to carry around in our cars when we were listening to music?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, they put them in those, and they hide them behind the counter. So like when you bring the game up, the empty box, on the tag, it has written like 5432 or whatever. That tells the clerk where it is in the CD binder. All right, you following me?
Mm-hmm. I'm following you.
Okay. And I know this. I've bought many games from them, and I know that. So I took these 2 empty boxes up to the counter, and I'm like, I'd like to get these 2. And I assume you have the discs behind here. And she looks at me, she goes, no, the discs will be in there if we have them. And I go, really? And she's like, yep. And she starts tearing open a box. And she opens it up, and she's like, oh, yeah, the discs, they're not in here, so we don't have them. I go, really? I could have swore that you have them in a little binder behind here somewhere. She's like, no, we don't have that. And I know they do. And I even look and I turn the box around and I point at the little sticker and I read off the number to her. I say, does this number mean anything to you? And she kind of looks at it. And then by that time, another clerk was like looking over and came over and was like, that shows where they are. You need to go over there and get the binder and dig them out. And I'm like, come on, people. I mean, how long has she been doing that?
Turning people away?
Turning people away with software, with games or whatever. I mean, maybe they don't sell a ton of them, but I mean, I almost thought about filling out an application. I mean, what the hell?
That's crazy.
She's going to dread you every time she sees you coming in.
Here's that son of a bitch coming in again, going to tell me how to do my job. I don't like him.
Hey, sir, here it is, I'm sorry.
I don't like him.
Stick it in my pooper.
Anyway, so that was the thing. I got the orange box and Half-Life 2 in the boxes. The discs are in perfect condition, and paid $10 for those discs. So
nice,
beautiful discs.
So that's all I have got on my end. What about you, Sir Gamester81?
Well, I know a couple weeks ago, I think we were talking about the 3DO, and it really got me interested in kind of whipping the 3DO out again this past week. So been playing a lot of games on that. Been playing Burning Soldier. You guys remember that game for the 3DO?
Burning Soldier.
I remember hearing about that. I remember
it's kind of like, okay, Alien, the movie Alien meets Star Wars meets Battlestar Galactica as far as like kind of the theme goes. And it's very similar, plays very similar to like Sewer Shark for Sega CD. So it's already predetermined where you move, and you can only control the cursor. But the graphics are great. The music is, Jason, you would love the music for this game. It's fantastic, very techno type music.
Oh, cool.
Really fits the mood really well. So I like the graphics, like the music. The controls are absolutely terrible. It uses a D-pad.
Terrible.
It uses a D-pad, so it's very like, choppy. It's not. There's no analog stick, obviously, so it's hard to kind of match it up. It does get very challenging.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, I remember this game being out, but I never.
Very cool game. You can get it really cheap.
3D look pretty good.
What's that?
The asteroids in 3D look pretty cool.
Yeah, I know they did a really good job with a 3D rendering. It came out in 1994 by Genki. It was the company that made it. So I just did a review on that actually on my channel just recently. So that was a good game. I also played Road Rash. I know we talked about Road Rash. I absolutely love Road Rash for 3DO. It's probably my favorite Road Rash game. That would be a really cool game to come out on the 3DS. I think Road Rash 3D would be sweet.
3D, that'd be cool. Yeah.
I love the soundtrack on that as well. That's got awesome, like I think Soundgarden and other cool bands did music for that. That's a great one. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo for the 3DO as well. Whip that out. There's some good ones for that system. So I'm playing a lot of 3DO. What else have I been playing? Played a game for my Tato Legends for the PS2. It's called what's it called? Battle Shark. Have you guys heard of this? It's an arcade. Jason, have you heard of this?
Yeah,
Battle Shark.
Yeah.
Really cool. The arcade itself is cool because it's got this periscope that you should look into to control, and it's kind of like Operation Wolf underwater. So it's the best way I can explain it. If you guys are familiar with Operation Wolf, it's a shooter.
Of course.
It's a really fun game. I've been playing that, and then just been playing what else? TNT Racers a little bit here and there. Been playing more Pinball FX2, and of course Donkey Kong Arcade. So those have been kind of keeping me pretty busy this week.
Nice.
Have we all gone?
Hey, Pete, are you sure you haven't been playing anything else?
No, I'm pretty sure.
Nice. What games are you taking with you to
Oh, Jesus.
PAX?
That could be. I don't know if we have time for that. Do we have time?
We don't have another 45 minutes to kill.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. My foolishness. So why don't we go to the Wales quick draw and call it a night? Because I know you guys have got to get going to PAX.
How about we do like 2 or 3 questions?
Yeah,
all right.
2 questions maybe.
Sounds good.
How about we do 2?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Wales Quick Draw.
I love that. Is that Johnny's mom at the end?
that was my mom, yeah. Was that the goat woman or something? I forget. What's going on with that?
So I think we're going to pick a couple questions, 2 this time. We're going to hold off on any Love Talk questions and Gaming PC Theater only because Pete and I have to get up really early in the morning for PAX.
Yeah,
So.
I'm going to pick one then.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Tyler Dixon asks, do you prefer Japanese or American RPGs? Peter Dorr, what do you think?
Japanese.
Nice. Gamester?
American. I mean, because I can understand. I don't know. I think,
Hey, that's racist.
What?
You cheeseburger motherfucker.
Yeah. No, I think you're both good. I just probably choose American. Go American. How about you? Why?
What RPGs in America do you like better than Japanese ones?
We got a minute. So,
Yeah,
Jason.
Oh, it's
Where's Square Enix located?
It's Japanese, right?
Are they located in Japan?
Yeah.
Japanese then.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably go with Japanese. I can't really think of any American RPGs though. Can you? Off the top head?
This is homebrew. This is homebrew, right?
See, I'm not like I don't know. I'm more into the old school RPG. That's the thing. I'm not huge into the new ones.
Yeah, but they all came from Japan, though, right?
Yeah.
So.
Well, I haven't answered this, and you guys will be quite surprised, but I'm a big fan of the Alaskan RPGs made up in Alaska. They make some of the best RPGs in the world, but the problem is they just haven't gotten out of Alaska, so it's very frustrating.
That answer's cold, man.
That answer's damn cold. It's very hard for me to say because I like a lot of Japanese RPGs and a lot of American, but I will say Japanese, absolutely. So, when you guys go for a question quickly.
Pete, hit one.
I am not able to. I'm on Facebook and Twitter posting the delay of episode 32.
Okay.
Go for it, Jason.
I have a question, guys. Where can people post questions for this Wells Quick Draw?
Well, that's weird. I heard that there was an All Gen Gamers Facebook page. Am I right, John?
I believe so.
Totally correct.
That's amazing. Well, that means that you can actually, if we're actually doing an episode, we'll actually post a quick draw question, and people can come on there and ask questions. And we would love to answer them.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. As soon as Pete's finished doing his twittering.
Twatting.
Tweeting. Yes.
Hey, Jason.
Okay. This one comes from Angel Gutierrez.
Oh, come on. It's Wendy.
Gutierrez?
Angel Gutierrez.
Thank you. And he asked, what system that failed would you have liked to have succeeded?
Nice.
I guess I'll go first since I asked it. I thought there was so much potential in the Jaguar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, it was like the shit of the shit, you know what I mean? But it was pretty advanced. They had some really bad design flaws. There were a lot of really bad decisions on the Jaguar. But I think that the hardware was good, and I think it had a lot of potential. If they would have scaled the controller down, if they would have had more support, if they would have harnessed the hardware and software together better, I think we would have had a console that would have been a handheld, rather, that couldn't have been reckoned with for its time. But unfortunately, there was a lot of things going against it. So that's my answer there. John, what about you?
So console that's failed that we'd like to see succeed, is that the question?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to go with the Nintendo 64 DD.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been nice, wouldn't it?
It's a good system. I mean, having known it myself and had a few games, I definitely see the potential in some of the games and the graphics. And I mean, the load times aren't too bad, pretty reasonable. I think there's a lot of potential for that system. It's just, unfortunately, just never took off. It was only available through mail order in Japan for a short while.
And timing, too.
Yeah, and some of the timing wasn't right. And some of the games they had, actually, they were going to release Zelda on it. They had some cool titles that were supposed to be released on it, but unfortunately, that system didn't really see the light of day very long anyway. At least it didn't see the light of day in the States anyway, or Europe. So that Nintendo 64 DD for myself. Johnny.
Dreamcast all the way. That was a system that, I really wish succeeded a little bit more. It should have succeeded. I wish it was a hit for Sega. If it was, Sega would still be here, and they're not. I don't care what anybody says. Sega is not here anymore. Unfortunately, they don't feel like they're here like they used to be. Mm-hmm. Like all the original creators have left. It just feels, I don't know what Sega is these days. I'm very confused by Sega these days. I'm a fan of their olden days, and the Dreamcast days was their mighty last hurrah. And it's a bittersweet note they went out on. Pete, what do you think? What's your answer?
The Virtual Boy. That thing died too soon. Only 14 titles in the US. I would have loved to have seen more titles come out for it. I forget. They had a list of like some unreleased games, but I forget exactly which ones they were, but it would have been pretty impressive. Like, could you imagine getting a 3D Zelda on there, or a true like 3D side-scrolling Mario game? I know Wario Land was the closest to that, but I don't know. I just love the Virtual Boy so much that I would have loved to have seen more games on that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Ask a question, Pete.
I think, is that read one more question?
Yeah, let's just do a few more, because we'll answer them quickly.
Sure.
There's one I saw that was really good. Can I ask another one?
Go, please, go, yeah.
Go for it.
Oh, this one's awesome for all of us. And this is by Jeremy Joel Roback. And he says, what is your favorite cover art for a video game? Oh my God, that's a great question. And he's put me on the spot. I can't answer nostalgic sake. Oh God, I'm boring. Fantasy Star 1. Pete, putting you on the spot. What is your favorite cover art for a video game?
I know hands down. The PAL or Japanese cover art for Eco. PlayStation 2.
And
the American one is terrible. Yeah, we are.
We are.
Well, I did a video for it too, and that's on my number 1. So it's
there you go. John,
I'm stumped.
Don't get stumped. Get an answer.
I don't know. I'm not huge into video game artwork on cover art. I don't really pay attention to that kind of stuff like you guys do.
Don't you really?
No, really. Honestly.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. I don't know.
So when you buy a game, it could be a black cover with some white lettering on it, and you just buy it.
Sure. As long as the game's good. Yeah.
You don't care about the packaging or cosmetics, do you?
Honestly, no.
Oh, I didn't know that about him. I'm learning
really
something new tonight.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's cool. I guess it's not a bonus, but I really can't. Honestly, I can't think of. I mean, Final Fantasy 6 is cool. I mean, Final Fantasy 3. That's some really cool art. What's that?
With the Moogle on there?
Yeah, the Moogle. It's pretty plain though, right? I mean,
yeah, pretty. You like it plain. I like it. You don't even care. I love it.
That's probably
a good answer.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Jason.
I always, and of course I'm partial, no surprise really, but I thought the box art, in particular, just the front cover of Killer Instinct for Super Nintendo was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that the artwork, it looked so much better than the game did.
Yeah,
and when I first got my hands on it, I thought, this is going to be like the arcade because it looks like the arcade, the art, and of course the game doesn't look anything like it. But the art, I have it on my shelf. It's displayed. It's still sealed. It looks good. It's that is definitely the cream of the crop for me. I think that looks. Yeah. There's a lot of good out there, but that's what I'm going to pick tonight.
I'm just going to say one more for myself. Is going to be Eastbooks 1 and 2. I still love that painting that they did for the cover. I would love that as a poster. As a huge poster, that would be excellent. So
Super Mario RPG had a really cool cover too.
Oh, that is a good one.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Yeah. There's all the rendered characters on there, wasn't there?
Yeah. Had the castle in the background and
Bowser and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. It was. I like the rendering on that. That's right.
Yeah.
Great. What's another question?
What's your favorite Zelda game of all time?
Who's that by?
By Colton Murphy.
Okay.
That's kind of a big one.
Oh yeah, that is.
I think we've had that question before.
I think we've had that before. Let's do it again, though. Yeah, let's do it again. Who cares?
Yeah, we can answer it quick. Mine.
Watch out! The hardcore fans know what the answers were last time, so be careful.
Yeah.
Link to the Past.
Yeah.
That's mine.
That's a good one.
Hands down, I love that thing.
It's a good one.
Yeah. John.
I've always said for myself, the original Legend of Zelda, the first one. I just like it as the start of the series. I like the originality of it. That it was brand new. And that's nostalgia, my nostalgic answer, but Link to the Past is a very close second.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, we did answer this before, because I remember you saying how you hated it at first until you realized
Who, me?
what it's all about. Yeah, wasn't that you?
I didn't hate it, no. I just didn't understand.
Oh, you didn't understand it, yeah.
I just didn't get it. I didn't know what the hell it was. I was like, what is this?
We answered this recently, but anyway, mine would be Ocarina of Time, followed pretty closely by A Link to the Past.
Yeah.
Mine.
Yeah, no, the question that we had was the top 3, I think it was. Top 3 Zelda.
Mine, hands down, any of the CDI Zelda games.
Oh, there you
I'm
go.
just joking.
Hey, that's some shovel shit right there.
The
ones with the black covers with the white lettering on
There
it.
you go. Just plain cover. No, Link to the Past for me. Link to the Past, my favorite.
Available in French.
With the French title. I want the Canadian versions with the French titles. Those are the best games.
Formidable CDI. Formidable CDI. Fuck me. Nice. So, should we do one more? Just because everybody's posted these questions. I always feel bad.
You get to pick.
Okay. This is from Thomas. Best game to play with friends that are right there in the room with you. I gotta say Street Fighter. I love being in the same room playing Street Fighter with the same person. Love doing that. Or playing Streets of Rage. Big fan of that. I love doing those games with friends and then beating them. I love beating them up. I like beating people up sitting right next to me.
Yeah.
So I can trash talk them right in their ear. I love doing that. Rob can attest to that. So, Pete, what games do you like to play with people in the same room as you?
The Smash Brothers series.
Oh, that's a good one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Jason?
Yeah, it's going to have to be a fighter or a shooter for me. I mean, pick one. Street Fighter. Killer Instincts are good. GoldenEye, Perfect Dark. Even if you're starting to get into PC with LAN, we're talking Unreal Tournament. We're talking all these other shooters. I mean, there's a lot. As long as you have a fighter or a shooter, in my book, that defines my game night right there. I
think a shooter is more fun when you can screen look, when you can see where your friends are, and you go and shoot them, and you know they're there. They know you're coming.
You can't get that online. Their screen, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's split screen. That's fun.
Yeah.
And they'll always yell going, "Don't look at my split screen. Don't look at what I'm doing."
Yeah, and there's like no way around it. That's why it's like on the 64 or even the Dreamcast, like the 4-player ports right there. It's ready for it. And man, I've had some of the best game nights playing on that 64. Doing that. John, what about you?
Jason kind of stole my answer. I was going to say GoldenEye, the original GoldenEye, but then I'm going to change it up and I'm going to say Mario Kart 64.
Oh, there you go.
Or Super Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Split screen. But Super Mario Kart or Mario Kart 64 I played all the time. Split.
God damn you, John. I can't get F-Zero out of my head now. Like for the 3DS, I keep thinking, yes, I want that. I feel like it's coming out now or something.
If that gets announced, I'm going to have to sell my left kidney or something.
Have they announced Star Fox for the 3DS too?
I think they've announced it. Yeah,
that'd be a good one too. Star Fox would be awesome. The
future is so bright.
Yeah.
Gotta wear shades.
Well, we'll definitely do Love Talk in Gaming Peace Theater next time.
Yeah, these guys have got to pack their underwear right now.
These ladies need to go to bed.
These guys have got to pack their Pampers and their water bottles and
binkies and
their mums are soothers to take with them, and they're all getting ready to go.
No, I'm jealous. I wish I could go too. You guys have a good time.
When we come back, we'll definitely talk about our experiences, what we saw.
Oh, we can't wait to hear it.
Yeah,
amazing.
Definitely.
Can't wait to see all the video and photos. So, yeah, definitely do that. And make sure you get all those guys from YouTube in one room. Get them fully buck naked. Right? Because you know what? I want to see nude tube.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to see gaming nude tube.
That's what I want to see.
Nice.
3D.
Nice.
That's what I want to see. So.
All right, gentlemen, it's been fun.
It's been a blast.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Johnny.
Thank
you, Pete.
Thank you.
I'm not thanking Gamester because he tells everybody what to do, and I don't like people like that.
Me and my dogs will fucking tell you what to do.
Thank you, John. I like John.
Okay. Oh, is he telling me what to do? Okay, then I'll do it.
I'm telling you to say thank you. Say thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
There you go.
Thanks, Gamester. I was confused. I didn't know what to do, but now I'm back on track with your guidance.